I didn't expect to see him again. Not like this. Adrian Blackwell sits behind the bench like a king carved from ice. Black robes draped over shoulders I once knew intimately. His jaw is sharper now, hardened by years and fury. When his eyes find mine in the defendant's chair, something flickers. Rage, maybe recognition, before his face becomes stone again. "Elena Crane," he says, and my name sounds like an indictment. "You stand accused of embezzlement, fraud, and conspiracy." "How do you plead?" My lawyer squeezes my arm. I can barely feel it. All I feel is Adrian's stare, drilling into me, searching for the woman who left him standing at the altar 5 years ago. The woman who vanished without explanation, without goodbye, with only a wedding dress abandoned on a hotel bed and a cryptic note. "I'm sorry." "I can't. Not guilty," I whisper. His lip curls. Almost imperceptible, but I see it. I see him, the man beneath the robe, the one who loved me violently, completely, the one I destroyed. "Louder," he commands. "Not guilty." My voice echoes through the courtroom. He leans back, fingers steepled. "Ms. Crane, it's highly unusual for a judge to personally oversee a case involving someone from their past. However, given my expertise in financial crimes and the complexity of this case, I've decided to proceed. Unless you'd like to file an objection? It's a trap. If I object, I look guilty, afraid of his judgment. If I don't, I submit myself to his mercy, and Adrian Blackwell has none left for me." "No objection, Your Honor." His smile is a blade. "Excellent. We begin tomorrow at 9. Don't disappear again, Ms. Crane. I'd hate to issue a warrant." The courtroom empties. My lawyer babbles about strategy, but I'm frozen, watching Adrian gather his papers with methodical precision. He doesn't look at me again. He doesn't have to. I can feel his hatred like heat from a fire. Then he pauses at the door, turns. "One question," he says, voice low enough that only I hear. "Did you ever love me? Or was it all part of whatever game you're playing now?" The truth lodges in my throat. "I loved you more than breathing. That's why I left," but I say nothing. His eyes darken. "That's what I thought." He leaves and I realize I'm shaking. Not from fear of prison. From the terrifying certainty that Adrian is going to destroy me in that courtroom. Slowly, publicly, personally. He's going to strip me bare until everyone sees what he thinks I am. A liar, a thief, a coward. And the worst part, he's right about some of it. My lawyer drives me to a budget hotel near the courthouse. I sit on the bed, staring at my hands, remembering Adrian's hands on mine, sliding the engagement ring onto my finger. 3 carats, flawless, like he thought we were. My phone buzzes. "Unknown number? You look thin. Are you eating?" My blood freezes. I stare at the message, then at the window. The curtains are drawn, but suddenly every shadow feels occupied. Another message. "Tomorrow, when he asks about the accounts, tell him the truth. Or I'll tell him everything else." My fingers tremble as I type. "Who is this?" 3 dots. Then, "Someone who knows what you did. Someone who knows why you really left him." The phone goes dark. I throw it across the room, press my hands against my face, try to breathe. This is impossible. No one knows. No one could know, unless they do. Unless everything I've been running from for 5 years has finally caught up. And Adrian's courtroom is exactly where it wants me. Trapped, exposed, with nowhere left to hide. I don't sleep. I replay that last morning before the wedding. Adrian in our bed, sleeping peacefully. Sunlight across his face. Me packing a bag with shaking hands. The letter I wrote and rewrote, trying to explain the inexplicable. "I love you. That's why I have to go." I'd burned it in the end. Left nothing but those 5 words. "I'm sorry. I can't." Now 5 years later, I sit across from him again. Not as his bride, but as his prisoner. And the question I've been avoiding finally surfaces. Did I come back because I had no choice? Or because some part of me wanted to be caught? Adrian doesn't look at me when I enter the courtroom. His attention is fixed on the documents before him, pen moving in sharp, controlled strokes. But I feel him, feel the rage emanating from his rigid shoulders, the set of his jaw. The prosecution begins with bank records, shell companies, offshore accounts. Numbers blur together, but the narrative is clear. I'm guilty. The evidence is damning, my signature on everything. "Ms. Crane?" Adrian's voice cuts through the prosecutor's droning. "These are your signatures, correct?" "They appear to be." "Appear to be?" He leans forward. Is that a yes or a no? Yes, and you opened these accounts? I hesitate. This is where the lies start unraveling. Yes, but a simple yes or no, Ms. Crane, my lawyer stands. Objection. The defendant should be allowed to provide context. Adrian's eyes never leave mine. Overruled. The context will come during her testimony. Right now, I'm establishing facts. Did you or did you not open accounts under false company names and transfer funds totaling $4.2 million? The courtroom is silent. Outside, I hear rain beginning to fall. I did. His expression doesn't change, but something flashes in his eyes. Triumph, pain? I can't tell any more, Your Honor. My lawyer tries again. My client was acting under duress. Then she can explain that during her testimony. Adrian's gaze finally shifts away from me. Prosecution may continue, but he's not listening to the prosecutor anymore. I see it in the way his fingers tap against the bench, the slight tension in his shoulders. He's thinking about something else, about me, about us. The day stretches into afternoon. During a recess, I escape to the bathroom, splash water on my face. When I emerge, Adrian is standing in the hallway, alone. You have 5 minutes before we reconvene, he says. Come with me. That's highly irregular, Your Honor. Everything about this is irregular, Elena. He walks toward his chambers. Now. I follow, knowing I shouldn't. His chambers are exactly what I'd expect. Dark wood, leather chairs, floor-to-ceiling law books. He closes the door, locks it. Tell me the truth, he says, turning. Not the courtroom version, the real one. Adrian, 5 years. He moves closer. 5 years, Elena, no call. No explanation. You just vanished like I meant nothing, like what we had was nothing. You know that's not true, do I? His voice drops dangerously low. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you played me, used me. Maybe this whole thing, he gestures vaguely. Maybe it was always about money. The accusation stings because it's exactly what he's supposed to think, what I need him to think. Believe what you want, I say quietly. He laughs, bitter and sharp. Oh, I intend to. And when I sentence you, Elena, when I take away your freedom the way you took away. He stops, swallows. When this is over, you'll understand what you did to me. But he doesn't move. We stand there inches apart and I smell his cologne, the same one after all these years. The familiarity breaks something in me. I never wanted to hurt you, I whisper. Then why did you? The answer sits on my tongue. Because loving you made you a target. Because the people I owed would have killed you to get to me. Because disappearing was the only way to keep you alive, but I can't say it, not yet. Not until I know who sent those texts, who knows the truth. I can't tell you, I say instead. His hand lifts. I think he might touch my face. But then he drops it, steps back. Get out. We resume in 2 minutes. I turn to leave. Then, Elena. I stop. If you're innocent, he says, if there's even a shred of truth in you, tell me. Give me something, anything. I look back. His eyes are raw, unguarded. This is the Adrian I remember. The one who held me through nightmares, who proposed under stars, who promised me safety in a world that had never been safe. The accounts, I say slowly. Check who had access to them after I opened them. Check who made the final transfers. You're saying someone else. I'm saying look deeper. A knock interrupts us. Your Honor? We're ready. Adrian's mask slides back into place. Coming. But as I pass him, he catches my wrist. His thumb presses against my pulse point. Too hard, too intimate. If you're lying, he murmurs. If this is another game, I won't show mercy. I'm not asking for mercy. Then what are you asking for? I meet his eyes. The truth. That's all I've ever wanted. His grip tightens for a breath, then releases. Back in the courtroom, something has shifted. Adrian requests the financial records I mentioned. The prosecutor sputters objections, but Adrian overrules them all. He's hunting now, and I realize he still wants to believe in me. Despite everything, some part of him is desperate to find evidence that I'm not the monster he's convinced himself I am. It's the most dangerous thing he could do. Because if he digs deep enough, he won't find my innocence. He'll find my real crime, the one that will destroy us both. The records arrive at 10 p.m. I know because my phone buzzes with the timestamp of Adrian's email to the court. Motion to subpoena digital forensics granted. Analysis to be expedited. I'm lying in the dark hotel room when the second message comes. He's looking. You need to stop him. My heart hammers. I type back, who are you? Someone who protected you once. Someone who can't anymore. If he finds the connection, we're all dead. I stare at the screen. The connection is Marcus Reeves, my former boss, organized crime financier, the man I laundered money for when I was too desperate and stupid to know better. The man who owned me until I faked my own identity and disappeared. But Marcus is in prison. Has been for 3 years, hasn't he? I search his name. The results make my blood run cold. Marcus Reeves granted early release. Parole hearing sealed. Current whereabouts unknown. My hands shake so badly I drop the phone. He's out. The man I testified against in exchange for witness protection. The man whose money I helped hide, then helped expose. The man who swore he'd kill me slowly if I ever surfaced again. And now Adrian is digging through the accounts that could lead straight to Marcus, and to evidence that I wasn't just a victim. I was a willing participant until the guilt became unbearable. The hotel room feels like a trap. I grab my jacket, stuff my few belongings into a bag. I make it 3 steps toward the door before it opens. Adrian stands there, rain-soaked, furious. Going somewhere? I freeze. How did you— I'm a federal judge, Elena. You think I don't have ways of knowing where you are? He steps inside, closes the door. Water drips from his hair onto the carpet. The analysis came back. You want to know what they found? Adrian, you need to leave. You need to stop investigating. 3 different IP addresses accessed those accounts after you opened them. 3 different locations, all traced to shell corporations owned by Marcus Reeves. My stomach drops. You knew him, Adrian continues, voice deadly calm. You worked for him, and when he went to prison you vanished. Tell me that's a coincidence. It's not what you think, then explain it to me. His control shatters. Explain why the woman I loved, the woman I wanted to spend my life with, was apparently laundering money for a man who trafficked drugs, weapons, and God knows what else. Explain why you left me without a word and now you're back in my courtroom facing charges that connect you to him. I was trying to protect you. From what? From him, from them, from— I stop, breathing hard. Adrian, please. You have to trust me. You have to stop digging. He laughs, hollow and broken. Trust you? Elena, I don't even know who you are. Yes, you do. I move closer, desperate. Everything between us was real. Everything except the parts I had to hide to keep you safe. That's not how honesty works, I know. My voice cracks. I know, and I'm sorry, but if you keep investigating, if you find what connects me to Marcus, they'll kill you. They'll kill both of us. Who's they? I can't— Who? Marcus's people. The ones who weren't arrested, who are still out there, who— I break off, realizing I've said too much. Adrian goes very still. You testified against him. You're a witness. Silence. Jesus Christ, he runs a hand through his wet hair. You're in witness protection. That's why you left. That's why you disappeared. I don't confirm it. I don't deny it. Then why are you here? He asks quietly. Why come back? Why risk exposure? Because someone framed me. Someone who knows who I really am. They set up those transfers to make it look like I'm stealing again. Like I never stopped. They want me exposed. They want me dead. Who? I don't know. But they've been texting me. They know about you and me. They know everything. Adrian sinks into the chair by the window, looking suddenly exhausted. Show me. I hand him my phone. He reads the messages, his expression darkening with each one. This is a death threat, he says. I know. And you didn't tell anyone? The marshals, the FBI, I don't know who to trust. If someone knows my identity, if they could set all this up, they might have inside access. He looks up at me. Is that why you didn't object to me overseeing the trial? Because you thought, what, that I'd protect you? No. The truth comes out before I can stop it. Because I wanted to see you again. Even if you hated me. Even if it destroyed everything. The confession hangs between us. You left me, he says softly. You left me in the worst way possible. And part of me has spent 5 years imagining what I'd say if I ever saw you again. What I'd do. And now? He stands, crosses to me. His hand lifts to my face, thumb tracing my cheekbone. It's the first time he's touched me with anything other than anger. Now I don't know, he whispers. I should recuse myself. Send you to another judge. Let the system handle this. But I can't. His forehead drops to mine. God help me, Elena, I can't walk away from you again. Even knowing what you did. Even knowing what you are, I close my eyes. I'm not asking you to save me. I know. That's why I'm going to. His lips brush mine. Soft, tentative, like we're strangers learning each other. Then deeper, desperate, 5 years of rage and longing compressed into a single moment. I taste rain and regret, fury and forgiveness. When we break apart, we're both shaking. Tomorrow, he says, in court, I'm going to rule in favor of continuing the investigation. I'm going to follow the trail to Marcus, to whoever is framing you, and I'm going to find out who sent those texts. Adrian, they'll come after you. Let them. His voice hardens. I'm not the man you left behind, Elena. I've spent 5 years becoming someone who can't be broken. If someone wants to threaten what's mine, they're going to learn exactly how far I'll go. What's mine? The words should terrify me. Instead, they feel like coming home. This is dangerous, I whisper, so are you. He kisses me again, harder this time. But I stopped playing it safe the day you walked into my courtroom. He leaves near midnight. I lock the door behind him, press my back against it. My phone buzzes. Wrong choice, Elena. Now he dies too. I stare at the message until the screen goes dark. Then I make a choice of my own. I text back, come for me. Leave him out of it. The response is immediate, courthouse. Tomorrow night. Come alone or I'll kill him in his chambers. I'll make you watch. My hands don't shake anymore. There's a clarity that comes with certain death. A freedom in knowing exactly what you're willing to sacrifice. I text Adrian. I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better than me. Then I turn off my phone, pack the bag, and prepare for the end. The trial concludes at 6 p.m. Adrian dismisses the court, announces his verdict will come in 3 days. It's a delay tactic. He's buying time for the investigation. I can see it in the way his eyes find mine as I'm escorted out. The slight nod that says, trust me. But trust is a luxury I can't afford. At 8 p.m., I tell my lawyer I'm exhausted, need to rest. She leaves me at the hotel with warnings to stay put, to call if anything seems wrong. I wait until her car disappears, then I slip out the back exit. The courthouse is dark except for security lights. I use the spare key card I stole from the bailiff's jacket. Old habits from my Marcus Reeves days when survival meant always having an escape route. The building swallows me in shadow. Chambers, the text said. Come alone. Adrian's chambers are on the 3rd floor. I take the stairs, every footstep echoing like a countdown. My heart should be racing, but instead there's only cold calculation. I've died before, reinvented myself, erased my existence. If this is how it ends, at least it's on my terms. The door is unlocked. I push it open. Marcus Reeves sits in Adrian's chair, older but unmistakable. Salt and pepper hair, expensive suit, eyes like dead stones. Elena, he says. Or should I call you Sarah Mitchell? Or perhaps Jessica Vaughn. You've had so many names I lose track. You're supposed to be in prison. I was. Then I made certain arrangements. Turns out federal judges can be bought just as easily as anyone else. His smile is a knife. Not yours, though. Adrian Blackwell has an unfortunate reputation for integrity. That's why I needed to get you in front of him. I don't understand. Of course you don't. You never were very bright, Elena. Just pretty enough to be useful. He stands, circles the desk. When you testified against me, you cost me everything. My money, my freedom, my reputation. So I decided to cost you something too, the one man stupid enough to love you. Horror dawns. You set this up. The charges, the trial. Every piece of evidence. Every signature. I still had access to those accounts through people you never knew existed. It was remarkably easy to frame you, to ensure the case landed in Adrian's courtroom. I wanted him to see what you really are. I wanted to watch him destroy you legally, publicly. Marcus's expression darkens, but then he started protecting you. Started investigating. That wasn't part of the plan. So you're going to kill him. Not me. You are. He pulls a gun from his jacket, sets it on the desk. Here's how this works. You're going to shoot Adrian Blackwell when he walks through that door in approximately... He checks his watch. 4 minutes. You're going to kill the man you love, and then you're going to disappear again. If you refuse, my people will kill him anyway. Slowly, they'll make him suffer. And then they'll kill everyone else you've ever spoken to. Everyone who helped you hide. Everyone in the witness protection program whose files I now have access to thanks to my arrangements. My vision narrows. You're bluffing. Am I? He pulls out his phone, shows me a photo. It's a list of names, addresses, faces. People who helped me. People who believed in second chances. Shoot him, Marcus says, or I shoot them. All of them. Starting with the little girl who lives next door to your old safe house. Pretty thing. 8 years old, pigtails. The air leaves my lungs behind me, the door opens. Elena? Adrian's voice. What are you doing here? I got your text and he stops. Sees Marcus. Sees the gun. Run, I whisper, but Adrian doesn't run. He steps inside, closes the door. Marcus Reeves. I was wondering when you'd show yourself. You knew, Marcus says flatly. I figured it out this morning. The evidence was too perfect, too convenient. Someone wanted Elena in my courtroom. Adrian's eyes meet mine. I had federal agents positioned outside the building. They've been watching for an hour. Marcus moves fast, faster than a man his age should. He grabs the gun, aims it at Adrian's chest. Then they'll hear the shot. And you'll still be dead. Time fractures. I lunge without thinking, without hesitation. My body collides with Marcus's as the gun fires. The bullet goes wide, shatters a window. We hit the floor hard, grappling for the weapon. Adrian shouts my name. Marcus's elbow catches my ribs. Pain explodes, but I don't let go. My fingers find the gun, twist it toward. The second shot is muffled, deafening. Marcus goes still beneath me. Blood spreads across his expensive shirt. Pools on Adrian's floor. His eyes find mine, wide with shock. You! He gasps. You actually... Then nothing. Empty eyes, empty chest. I killed him. I killed Marcus Reeves. Hands pull me up. Adrian's hands. Elena, look at me. Are you hurt? Did he? I killed him, I say numbly. I killed him. He was going to shoot me. You saved my life. Adrian turns me toward him, checking for injuries. The agents are coming. We need to secure the scene. You need to tell them exactly what happened. But I'm not hearing him. I'm staring at Marcus's body, at the blood on my hands, at the gun that fell from my grip. I did this. Me. The woman who ran to escape violence, who rebuilt herself to be better, who swore she'd never hurt anyone again. Elena. Adrian's voice cuts through the static. It was self-defense. He threatened you. He threatened to kill me. You did what you had to do. I've done a lot of things I had to do, I whisper. That doesn't make them right. Footsteps thunder up the stairs. Federal agents flood the room, guns drawn. They secure the scene, take statements. I answer mechanically, robotically. Yes, he threatened us. Yes, he had a gun. Yes, I killed him. They call it justified. They call me a hero. But when they finally let me leave, when Adrian drives me back to the hotel in silence, I feel nothing like a hero. You should have let him shoot me, I say. What? You should have let him kill me. It would have been justice. For what I did. For who I was. Adrian pulls over, turns to me. Is that what you think? That you deserve to die because you made mistakes? Because you got involved with the wrong people when you were desperate? I helped him, Adrian. I laundered blood money. People died because of what I did. And then you stopped. You testified. You helped put him away. His hands gripped the steering wheel. Elena, I've read your entire file. I know everything you did for Marcus. I also know you spent 2 years gathering evidence, risking your life to build a case against him. You could have disappeared at any time. But you didn't. You stayed until you had enough to destroy him. That doesn't erase... No, it doesn't. But it means something. He reaches for my hand. You're not the person you were 5 years ago. Neither am I. We're both broken in different ways now. Maybe that's enough. I look at him, really look. His exhaustion, his determination, his absolute refusal to give up on me even when I've given up on myself. Why? I ask. Why do you still care after everything? Because, he says simply, I never stopped loving you. Not even when I hated you. Not even when I wanted to. The admission breaks something in me. I lean forward, press my forehead to his shoulder, and for the first time in 5 years I let myself cry. He holds me while I shatter. While the girl I tried to kill myself to protect finally dies. While the woman I've become tries to figure out if she deserves this second chance. The trial, I finally say. What happens now? I'm recusing myself, sending the case to Judge Morrison. But with Marcus dead, with the evidence of the frame job, you'll walk, Elena, you'll be free. Free, the word feels foreign, and then, his hand tightens on mine. Then you decide. Stay or run. Choose me or don't. I won't trap you this time. What do you want me to choose? I want you to choose yourself first, he says. Figure out who you are without running, without hiding. And if that person still wants me, he trails off. I lift my head, meet his eyes. That person has always wanted you. She just didn't think she deserved you. Maybe we can work on that. Together. It's not forgiveness, not absolution, but it's something, a possibility, a thread of hope in all the darkness. I kiss him, soft and certain. Together, I whisper. 3 months later, the courtroom is empty except for us. Judge Morrison dismissed the charges this morning. Insufficient evidence, prosecutorial misconduct, the whole case contaminated by Marcus's manipulation. I walked out a free woman legally. Emotionally, I'm still figuring out what freedom means. Adrian sits beside me on the defendant's bench, our fingers intertwined. It's surreal, being here without chains, without fear, without the weight of 5 years pressing down on my chest. What are you thinking? He asks. That this feels wrong. Like I should still be punished. You were punished. 5 years in witness protection, cut off from everyone you knew, living in constant fear. That's punishment enough, Elena? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm learning to live with the uncertainty. I start therapy next week, I tell him. Dr. Chen specializes in trauma and moral injury. She says it'll take time to process everything. Good. He squeezes my hand. And you're still thinking about the advocacy work? Helping other women who got caught up with men like Marcus? Yeah. Turns out surviving something terrible gives you a unique perspective. I smile, but it's fragile. I want to use that. Turn all this ugliness into something that actually helps people. You'll be amazing at it. We sit in comfortable silence. The courthouse feels different in daylight, without the threat of destruction hanging over us. Just a building, just a room where justice sometimes happens. I saw your mother yesterday, Adrian says carefully. I tense. How is she? Angry, confused, hurt that you never contacted her during the witness protection years. I couldn't. The marshals, I know. I explained. She's processing, but she wants to see you when you're ready. Another impossibility becoming possible. Another bridge I'll have to decide whether to rebuild or burn. One thing at a time, I murmur. One thing at a time, he agrees. We stand to leave. As we reach the door, I look back at the courtroom one last time. This is where I was judged, where I was saved, where I killed a man and called it justice, where I learned that love isn't about deserving, it's about choosing again and again to try. Elena, Adrian says, there's something I need to tell you. Something I found out last week. My stomach drops. What? Marcus had a partner. Someone who helped orchestrate the frame job, who had access to his files and contacts. Someone who, he pauses, someone who's been monitoring you since you entered witness protection. Ice floods my veins. Who? Your handler, Marshal Sarah Chen. She was on Marcus's payroll for 3 years. She's the one who fed him information about your location, your new identity. She's the one who made sure you'd be exposed when Marcus was ready. The world tilts. Sarah, but she saved my life. She helped me disappear. She also kept you visible, trackable, Marcus. Couldn't kill you while you were useful to him. While he thought he might need you as leverage or testimony against his remaining competitors. But once he was released, once he decided revenge was more valuable than strategy, Adrian's jaw tightens. She gave him everything. Where is she now? FBI custody. She's facing charges of corruption, conspiracy, and accessory to attempted murder. She'll spend the rest of her life in prison. I should feel vindicated, relieved. Instead, I just feel tired. Everyone who was supposed to protect me, I say quietly, either failed or betrayed me. Everyone except you. That's not true. Judge Morrison protected you. The agents who secured the scene protected you. There are good people in the system, Elena. You just had the misfortune of trusting the wrong one. And now I'm supposed to trust again. Believe that this time it'll be different? He turns me to face him. I'm not asking you to trust the system. I'm asking you to trust yourself. Trust that you're strong enough to survive even if things go wrong again. Trust that you're worth fighting for. I don't know if I believe that yet. Then believe me when I tell you. His hands frame my face. You are worth fighting for. You are worth saving. You are worth loving. Not despite what you've done, but because of who you've become in spite of it. The words settle into the cracks Marcus left behind. They don't heal everything, but they're a start. I love you, I say. The first time I've said it in 5 years. I love you, and I'm terrified that I'm going to ruin this again. That I'm going to hurt you or disappoint you or... He kisses me quiet. Then ruin it. Disappoint me, hurt me. I'll survive. We both will. That's what people who love each other do. They hurt each other sometimes and then they stay anyway. That's a terrible romantic philosophy. It's a realistic one. He smiles against my mouth. I spent 5 years learning to live without you. I don't want to do it again. But if you need to leave, if you need space, if you need anything, tell me. Don't just disappear. I won't, never again. It's a promise I'm terrified of keeping, but I make it anyway. We leave the courthouse holding hands. Outside the sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of amber and rose, beautiful. Almost painfully so. My phone buzzes. I tense instinctively, but it's just a message from the victim advocacy group I've been talking to. We'd love to have you on the team. When can you start? I show Adrian. He grins. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to help people who are where I was, lost and desperate and convinced they don't deserve better. You're going to change lives. Maybe, or maybe I'll just prove that you can survive the worst parts of yourself and still become someone worth knowing. We walk toward his car, toward our future, messy, uncertain, but ours. Hey, I say as he unlocks the doors. Remember what you asked me that first day in court? If I ever loved you? I remember. I never answered. You did, actually. Just not with words. He opens my door. You answered when you took a bullet meant for me, when you killed Marcus to protect me, when you chose to stay instead of run. That's not the same as saying it, maybe not, but it's better. He kisses my temple. Love isn't what you say. It's what you do when everything falls apart. I slide into the passenger seat. He's right, of course. The grand gestures, the promises, the wedding that never happened. None of that mattered in the end. What mattered was the choice I made in his chambers. Protect him, even if it destroyed me. As we drive away from the courthouse, I think about that choice. About the woman I was who made it. About the woman I'm becoming who has to live with it. Killing Marcus was justice. It was also murder. Both things are true. I'm learning to hold contradictions, to accept that I'm neither villain nor hero, but somewhere in between. Human. Flawed. Trying. Where to? Adrian asks. I look at him, at this man who loved me, lost me, judged me, and chose me anyway. This man who taught me that redemption isn't about erasing your past. It's about refusing to let it define your future. Home, I say. Then I pause. Where is home? He glances at me, and in his eyes I see everything we've survived. Everything we've yet to build. Wherever we decide it is. My phone buzzes again. Another unknown number. My blood freezes, but it's just spam. I delete it, turn off my phone. You okay? Adrian asks. Yeah, I breathe out. I'm done running from ghosts. We drive in silence until he pulls up to a brownstone I don't recognize. Ivy climbs the brick. Window boxes overflow with flowers. It's beautiful. Alive. I bought it last month, he says quietly. I was going to ask if you wanted to, if you'd consider. Yes. I haven't even asked yet. I turn to him, take his face in my hands. Adrian Blackwell, I left you once because I thought loving you would get you killed. I won't make that mistake again. Yes to the house. Yes to trying. Yes to everything. His smile breaks like dawn. Even marriage? Especially marriage. But this time, I kiss him softly. This time I show up. Deal. We sit in the car, holding each other. Two broken people choosing to be broken together. It's not a fairy tale ending. There's still therapy ahead. Still conversations with my mother. Still nights when I'll wake up screaming from nightmares about Marcus's blood on my hands. But there's also this. Adrian's heartbeat against my cheek. The key to our house in my palm. The possibility that guilt and grace can coexist. That you can be both monster and miracle. That love doesn't erase your past, it just refuses to let your past be all you are. I don't deserve this, I whisper. Neither do I, he says. But we're keeping it anyway, and somehow that's enough. 6 months later, I stand in a small chapel wearing white again. This time I don't run. This time, when Adrian slides the ring onto my finger, I stay. I stay through the vows, through the kiss, through the rest of our complicated, imperfect, absolutely worth it life, because I finally understand. He didn't save me. He chose me, and I chose him back. That's not redemption. That's just love.